Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over email compliance. So, as of February 2024, both Google and Yahoo have put in to place email sender requirements that will help make sure deliverability to your recipients when it comes to your emails. I know we've had a lot of issues with messages going to spam, and this is just going to help resolve some of those issues. We just kind of went through the same situation with A2P registration with the network carriers for SMS. And so this is going to be kind of the same thing, but this is on the email side of things. Now, these are just the best practices. These are the things that you should do that can help with making sure that your emails are being seen by your recipients. That does not necessarily mean that these will prevent them from going to spam, because the way that email works is it is kind of like a long process. You kind of have to build up your reputation in order for emails to be seen less in the spam folder and more in the inbox. So I'm going to go over a bunch of the new rules and regulations and requirements. And if you're ready for that, just go ahead and stick around.
Okay, first thing you're going to want to do
is you're going to want to hop into Nadora and go into your account and your settings and come down here to email services. Once you're in here, you're going to see this page. What we're going to do from here is we're going to hook up a dedicated domain and IP. Now, the reason for this is going to help control your sender reputation. So basically, right now, if you don't have a dedicated domain hooked up, you would be sending through lead connector email system, and you're sending through our domain, which is do-not-reply.nadora.org. Now, that's fine. You can send through that, but you're going to have a better time, with your reputation if you put in your specific domain. Now, starting this month in February, this is sending from a specific domain. It becomes a must for bulk sending of emails. Especially specifically if you're reaching out to any Google and Yahoo recipients. Now, also keep in mind that when you do hook up a dedicated domain, you are going to need to warm up your sending. And by that, it usually means sending small batches of emails um, over the next 2 to 4 weeks, just because of the situation where you don't want to end up having emails bouncing, and then you're going to end up having a high bounce rate, and then what happens is your reputation tanks. So this was something we had to do when we first started Nadora as well. So it's something that actually everyone should do, especially when they get a new email address and hook up into Nadora, is the warm up of your email box essentially. So this is basically what it looks like when you're sending from a branded domain. You can see at the top, so this is a high level example. You can see at the top it says from high level, and then it has the email address at gohighlevel.com. And you can also see further down it says that it's mailed by Go High Level, signed by Go High Level. So if you were to use this as an example for your own business, the from email would be you at your email at yourdomain.com, and it would be mailed by and signed by your dedicated domain or whatever you name it. So there's, like here for high level, they put mailbox.gohighlevel.com. In the previous example for Nadora, it was do not reply.nadora.org. Yours would be whatever you name it, yourdomain.com or .org, whatever it is. So how do we go about setting up dedicated domains? I'm going to walk you through that process right now. When you're in your email settings in Nadora, you're going to go over here and you're going to click on this dedicated domain and IP button. Once you click on it, you will not see anything right here. So don't look at mine. Mine is very different. Mine already has it all set up. This is our agency page. So this is where I'm showing you what the examples are of what it will look like. Now, when you go to add a new domain, Pretty simple. Come over here, click this add domain button. It's going to take you to this page. When you click in here to enter your new domain name, what you are naming is this section right here. If you refer back to that previous screenshot, it's going to be who the sender is from, not necessarily the email it's sent from, but the domain that it is sent from. As I've heard, the best practices to do are to do two different ones. Do -not-reply dot and then your domain name. The other one is to do a replies dot your domain name. The reason for this is that the do not reply, it comes from when you have system generated emails that will be going out, and the replies are when you specifically reply to emails from clients. So how we go about setting that up, like I said, click on this add domain, and what we would want to do is we would want to put in do not reply dot, and that mine would be nadora.org, but mine's already set up, so I can't do that. You would put in do not reply dot janedoe.com, whatever yours is. I'm going to type in here, just for an example, I'm going to type in, let's do testing.nadora.org. And I'm going to click add and verify. Now, they've made this process a lot easier than when I used to have to do it. Basically, they've made the entire process automated, which is great because you used to have to go in and manually add in the records into your DNS records where your domain was hosted. So luckily, we don't have to do that anymore. So once you've added in your domain name, you're going to get this little pop-up here. You don't type in anything here. You're just going to hit continue, and it's going to set up your domain for you. So we're going to wait through this. Then it's going to pop up and say my domain is provided by Cloudflare, which is correct. And then I'm going to hit authorize domain. So now it is loading my Cloudflare account, and it is showing me what all records are now going to be added to my DNS, which this is great. This is all the things we want to do. Now, reminding you, this you used to all have to do manually. So I used to have to go in and manually put all of these records in. And then you're just going to click authorize. All right. So what should happen is it should load this up, and all of these should say not verified. That is okay. We are going to come down here and we're going to click verify domain. Now, okay, now we see one has been verified. It takes time for it to verify all of them. That is okay. Give it a couple minutes. It will take some time. So we're going to go back here to the dedicated domains, and you can see it's unverified, which is fine. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to hit verify domain again. There we go. See, after a couple times of hitting verify, it will automatically do it. So I would give it like maybe 2-3 minutes and then hit verify again, and they should all be verified by that point. So now I'm going to go back to my domains. So now you can see I have testing.nadora.org added to my domains. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have a header added. You can go over to this little question mark here. I'll tell you all about it. Designated header will be applied to all emails sending through this domain. So what I generally do is I just put my business name, or put the business name and put the general email that I use. So you're going to go to this little ellipsis here, go down to set headers, and you're going to put in, I'm going to put in Nadora, and then I'm going to put in info@nadora.org. Save. So yes, that is how you go about setting up your dedicated domain. And like I said, I recommend doing two. I recommend doing a do not reply and a replies. I'm going to go ahead and actually delete this now, just because I don't want to mess up anything we already have in our system. But there is how we go about setting up the sending domain. So there's Also, another cool thing you can do here in your dedicated domains, which is this domain configuration. Now, if you've added more than one of these dedicated domains, you can assign them essentially to different areas of your account. For instance, here I'm in our Nadora sub account here. I have mailbox.nadora.org that I have just as our basic one. But I could add, like, let's say I could add workflow or automations.nadora.org as another one. And then I could come over here to this domain configuration, and where it says workflow domain, I could hit I would in this drop down menu see another one that says workflow.nadora.org, and I could select that specific domain. And basically, what's going to happen is any emails that are sent from a workflow are going to send from that specific domain. This just helps with tracking and kind of showing where our emails are coming from. So you can assign each of these out specifically. And like I said, even your default one. So in ours, it's mailbox just because our agency uses the do not reply and reply. But for this one, I would specifically probably put the do not reply one right here if you were doing those two. So that is a second part of when it comes to adding dedicated domains.